Educated and Broke
is a weekly entertainment podcast
where we mix hip hop,
headlines, and all things ATL
into the success of Black millennials
in the Black culture.
All right, y'all. Y'all are listening to Black, Educated, and Broke. It's your girl, Randy O, holding it down. I have your favorite Melanin news guy, Mike B, over there. I got, my sweet little not so innocent Maya Pooh here. I got Big Ron, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. And of course, we have the best producer in the land, as Mike B would say, producer Zay. How y'all doing today, y'all?
What's up?
I'm here. I am here.
Yeah, now Maya, as we know, she's been MIA because she is a new corporate working extra woman, right?
Yes.
My baby making money.
Are you able to tell like your company, or you rather leave that a minute?
I'll just let me get through training first before I doing all that, because
they be asking for favors.
I don't want to be speaking too soon and whatever have you.
Body pass.
Yeah, so
just know your girl done made her step up from the ghetto lands of Coca-Cola.
And I would have never considered ghetto-ness with the Coca-Cola until you shared some of your insights. But see, that's what people think. You never know what really goes behind the closed doors. People feel like, oh, it's all this and that. And we know the reality behind the scenes. But I'm glad you're in a new environment. I'm making more money and, getting it done like the grown woman that you should be. Okay.
But just a disclaimer, I'm not speaking about the company as a whole.
Coca-Cola.
The Coca-Cola company is a great brand. It has very much such positive initiatives, and they are just a supportive company.
Okay.
However, I'm talking about my department and my manager.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear.
Okay.
Just to be clear, Coca-Cola put me through college. Gotta love that. However, the department that I chose to work for, was not a very mentally stimulating one. So I'm very much happy to have done my 3 years and have moved on. I just outgrew it. I outgrew the environment and I outgrew the people around me, and I am offered an opportunity to come and actually, be my age and, yeah. There I was the oldest one. Here I'm the youngest one.
You were the oldest one.
I was not the oldest one at Coke. No.
Oh, I was like,
I just felt like I was with my maturity level.
Yeah.
Oh, in your department.
Yeah, my maturity level. I feel like I'm raising these kids. Like, please.
Okay.
And now I feel like I'm getting raised. Like I actually have,
okay, to switch up. Come on, bro.
Thank you.
Well, we're happy definitely for you and your new successes. Ron, what you been up to? We ain't talked to each other. Like we took a little break last week. What have y'all been up to?
His girlfriend done moved down here. He lit.
Oh, that's right, Ron.
Yeah, Bay here, but I gotta go. I gotta go back to help her finish up some stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
It's so precious. I love it.
I love it too. He's just being a good man.
So precious.
I try.
Oh my God. Okay, not too much. Anyway, Mike B, what you been doing?
While we was on break, I went on vacation.
Yes, where you go, Mike?
I went to Florida.
Oh, you got a tan, didn't you?
Oh, I got a little tan, just a little bit. Took baby girl and babe.
Oh,
it was a family vacation. Ron don't have Instagram, so
I know he'd forgive him.
So don't. Sorry.
Did y'all go to Orlando?
Yeah, we went to Orlando.
My mom then was there the same time y'all was down there. She took my cousins and her nieces. They was there last week as well.
Okay, that's what's up.
She said it was so hot.
Disney World. I love the heat, so
I do too. Yeah. Hot and humid, good for your skin.
See, I'm glad I went in April because it wasn't that hot, and I was down at the same time Chris Brown daughter and his mama was there.
You know what?
Okay, but but nevertheless.
Maya, I know you got a crush on a man, but this shit damn near stalkery.
I actually did not plan that. I got on Instagram and saw her post, and I was like,
but why are you following his mama?
I wasn't following his mama. It came up on my Explore page. Because of my area, when you're in a specific area and they'll show like the popular posts in your area or your location, it did that. And I saw his mom posted a whole family picture of his nieces and his daughter and his mom. And I was just like, they're in the park next door. But
see, she's not a creeper. They shared that information to the masses. So fall back. Thank you, Ron. Right. Anyway,
you know how she is about that boy. I just want
to be a man.
She wasn't going to jail.
No, Maya's classy first. Okay, thanks. Anyways, speaking of classy, also one of the big stories that are trending, which I know Maya was like, who is this? But everybody knows Kevin Samuels, okay? He is considered a relationship guru. And a lot of people either hate him or love him. What you saying, Ron? What? Oh,
boy.
Okay, yeah, not my boy at all. So pretty much Kevin Samuels, there's a petition going on, y'all, for the removal of him from YouTube and Instagram because they feel like some of the advice that he's given is very demeaning to women. And I want to ask Zay, because Zay's somebody who was kind of familiar first. What was your thoughts about Kevin Samuels or that you knew about him?
I mean, I just think he's just a typical guy who just gives an opinion like every other guy who feel like their opinions really matter. I mean, we all can take our own takes from it. I don't really understand why girls are going on there to get validation from him anyways. So it was just like, it's like, what?
He don't be lying.
He do. That's it. Well, that's his truth, but whatever.
To you, right? For y'all would say for him. I mean, like some things that he say that don't even be the case. I can't even think about when the conversations are because, like I said, I don't entertain it. It's real stupid. It's not something that I watch, but it do pop on my feed. And when I hear him talk, it's just like one of those. Let me just keep swiping because it's like one of the little Booty moments. How I say, why do Booty talk to Vila? I don't like. Well, it's like one of those moments for me. It's like, who cares?
See, and for that, Zay, I can appreciate your your attitude about it is, definitely on some, okay, it don't matter. Let him do him. For me, like, I mean, yeah, you gotta, we're in an industry where you gotta have tough skin. People is talking about you every dang on day, so you gotta be prepared for it. But I feel like some of the things, I guess he may be appalled that some of these women, for example, he can say they're looking. I want a man to make 6 figures. I want him to look good, and then he would say, but you look like a 6. You have kids. You ain't even all that. How you gonna expect a man to be this and that, and you look like that? And it's like from that aspect, you can look at it 2 ways. Okay, you keeping it real, like sis, maybe you shooting too high. But then there's like, no, women, you don't have to feel like you got to be a certain type of way to attract a certain, or you have to level up as far as your looks and appearance to get a certain type of man. That's not necessarily true. I do feel like there has to be different types of changes when you do want anything in life. If you want to get a job where you want to be the top manager, where you got to have your experience and resume to show that. So I feel like in some instances with that, but he be talking about like physical appearance and having kids. You having kids should have nothing to do. It should not always be considered as a hindrance for you having better. So those are the things that I've heard him say that I felt like I just didn't disagree. But go ahead, Ron, since you the man on there. Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
What about like when people say stuff to females nice? Like remember what he said, B. Simone had said too, and she said it all nice and pretty, and y'all went in on her ass. So
well, she said what? Say what she said?
Remember, like, what was it, last year? She was like, sis, you say you want this, but you ain't been to the gym. And sis, you say you want this, but you ain't got nothing in your bank account.
Yeah.
When people say it to you nice, you shit on them. But then when the raw truth come out, you can't take it.
Well, according to this, I want to read exactly what they're saying. They said, this is from the one on the petition that they hold the community of men that are speaking out. So the petition says, removing Kevin Samuels' voice of devices, vitriol will allow women to feel safer, not in public spaces, but in online communities as well. The other part I want to add it, they say, women feel unsafe in the presence of men who identify with this ideology and have been berated while going about their daily lives, yes, even while at work, with criticisms that have spoken directly from Mr. Samuel's mouths. The very words that were spoken on social media platforms have permeated every facet of daily life for unsuspecting women. Removing this leader of hatred against women will bring reprieve for all of us.
It's not hatred against women, because he could do the business too.
He does, yeah, because they do it, but who was fat or excuse me.
Anybody can get it. It's not against women.
Now, you know what? That I have to give it to you. But, I think I look at him and with anybody, like people who has that kind of influence on people, you're just going to have people that's going to love it or hate it. Trump, yeah, we're going to bring his ass up. He was one of the most influential people because he created all these little minions under him who followed and did it. So you do probably have guys out there who's looking at a Kevin Samuels who's now feeling like they can say what they want to say. Bitch, that's why because you got like maybe thinking they're Kevin Samuels and be rating these. Oh, you was that girl that was on this show. You still ain't got no man. Like these girls are getting messages directly. So from that aspect, it's like, okay, you need to control your flock because they're taking this to another level.
I haven't seen any of that, but okay.
All I know is let somebody take it too far with me. I'm taking it right out.
Shoom, 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 shoom.
I know you're not supposed to meet people at their level, but sometimes
bro,
you gotta
like
remind them.
A lot of women he talked to, they get on there and say the craziest shit.
Some of them.
And he had to bring their ass back down.
Now, give them an example of some crazy shit, just really quick in these last 2 minutes. If somebody's like, what's crazy? Like what?
They'll get on there and talk about, oh, I don't want no men with kids, and I don't want a man to make less, but they got kids and they not bringing shit to the table. So why do you have these high aspects for a man and you ain't shit?
But let's say that those are two things. So just because I make less than you, just because I have kids and you don't, that means that I can't have that requirement of you, because that's what I'm lacking and I want you to have. What about maybe stuff that I have and you don't have? Let's say maybe I have a master's, I have a bachelor's, I got my own business, and I know how to self-start, even though I got 3 kids. I'm bringing that. You don't have it. I know how to make money without having a 9 to 5. I bring that, but I am a 6. So I feel like we need to stop thinking like you have to have those exact same things, because sometimes you may not have those same equals, but you may have something else that other guy, that partner doesn't have. That's my whole thing. We get so focused on equal to equal. You're a man, I'm a woman. We're never going to be equal. We're never going to be equal.
What you're talking about is more of a, we can bring our stuff together and build it together.
Yeah.
That's not what they asking for. They asking for somebody that's already done the work, already doing their own thing, and they just want to come in and leech off of it, not bringing nothing to the table. They're not talking about, I got this and I got that. They want people that have already done this and they just want to come into it. Now, there are some women that bring some stuff to the table, but they got some issues as well.
Yes.
So those issues have to be addressed. And he tells people to go to therapy all the time. That's
he does say that. I'll give him that.
Yes. It's very important to have mental health. So he tells them like, yo, you got issues. You need to go to a therapist and take that thing serious.
Yeah.
So he has some truth to it. I think a lot of people don't like the way he says stuff. But at the same time, people have said stuff to you nicely and you told them kiss your ass. Like Monique with them bonnets.
Yeah.
Hey, babies, I love y'all, and y'all so sweet, but can we stop with the bonnets? It's not, and y'all went the fuck in.
Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I agree with Monique on that, because first of all, I am a cleanly person. I do not wear my bonnet outside to move my car, because it's gonna lay on my pillow.
Bro, my mom and my grandmama, I ain't never seen them outside the house with a bonnet on.
I ain't never seen my mama with one either.
With a bonnet.
Well, I may wear the bonnet on the way to the beauty supply or to the beauty shop, excuse me, because I'm about to get it done. But most of the time it's in the house. But I feel like there's so many. We're not about to get on the bonnet story, because I did not like that. Because one last thing about that, because even though Monique made that comment, I had an issue. You had a whole bonnet on and stuff in the video, and it's like y'all forget that social media. So it's about the same. You worried about me going to gas station where I may see about 8 people, but you want to put a bonnet on social media where you're going to see about 8 million people. It's like, why are we not checking that? Because that's still an appearance, but we're tripping about walking out the house, but you letting millions of people see you with no makeup, no... Come on. So I'm just saying we want to go there, but I digress. But all right, well, y'all, you go to our social media page and we want you to weigh on that. How do you feel about the Kevin Samuels, about him, possibly getting, banned from social media because they feel like he's demeaning women? What's your take on it? Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, Black Educated and Broke. And on Twitter, it's at BEB podcast _ATL. So I kind of went over the break. Sorry, Zay. So we're going to get into it. When we get back, we got our Melanin News with Mike B. So keep it locked right here on Black Educated and Broke.
Black Educated and Broke is a weekly entertainment podcast where we mix hip-hop headlines and all things ATL into the success of Black millennials and Black culture.
Your mother was what now, Ron? Go ahead.
Should I start back over?
Yeah, just...
Okay. I was about to say, are we going to continue with some more time, or
some more time, since Ron is Mike B's segment is short. So go ahead and count me down.
Okay. And I'm gonna give you like 6-7 minutes. And 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, guys, we're back here on Black Educated and Broken. You know, right before the break here, we were kind of talking about the Kevin Samuels relationship alleged guru who they're trying to ban on social media because they feel that he is, you know, saying demeaning things towards women and creating a hostile environment. So kind of caveated over to our break because Ron was talking with Maya and, you know, he was talking like, you know, when women, they don't want to, I guess, be their true authentic self. And, you know, he wants us to be our true African queens that like his mama. It was okay. Then Maya said, well, what about your mom? What qualities exuded that made it she's the African queen? Was that what we were saying?
So he was saying basically how he was like, how come every time someone asks a Black woman to be their queen self, it's always a problem? So I came back and said, what is your definition of a queen? And then he said, my mama. And I said, respectfully, I said, I'm not your mother though. So what does your mother exhibit to you that is queenstrial, that you think, you know, I won't say Black woman, but a Black woman of interest, a Black woman of pursuit, a Black woman that, you know, you care about. What is a, you know, queen quality that you would like to see in them that your mother exhibits to you? That's all.
So what I was saying is, so for every man, your mother, majority of men, your mother is like how they say a girl's first love is her dad. So for a man, I guess you could say it's his mom. So for my mother, you know, with the whole bonnet thing, I don't think I ever saw my mother with a bonnet. Even when I know she didn't feel good and she had to go out, she was presentable. You know what I'm saying? There was a certain level of class that my mother carries. You know, the way she took care of us and the house, and she worked hard and she worked with my father, and, you know, they took care of 3 sons. So the things that I saw my mother do is things that I look for in a woman that I'm dealing with.
Okay, but as a Black woman, I haven't had any kids, but I know the stigma on the heaviness of what you just described because of a mother, perseverance, hard work, and presentation, right? That was typically what you said, but just fewer words. We don't always want to be presentable. We don't always want to persevere, and we always don't want to, you know, go through the hard times and tribulations. So I guess my question to you is, you'd rather see the performance side of a queen than the behind the scenes side? Because when you get a queen, you get all of that. But you like the appearance of it opposed to the authenticity of it? Because what you described was performance, not authenticity.
I think, you know, even the behind the scenes stuff, it's something about it, you know. Even
a certain grace, a certain class.
Yeah, it's still something about it.
So what's behind the scenes, and what is the definition of presentable? And for women, because I said this on a local Atlanta radio show, what it's about the presentation. So you're talking about going through the hard things to do what? Listen, Black women in leggings is the most beautiful thing in the world. But we didn't ask you. But we're not talking about you having to put some pants on or a skirt or a dress to go to the grocery store. Leggings, sweatpants, okay, cool. Do this, that, and the third. And you know what? Let's apply this to men. Monique only spoke on women. I'll kind of miss the Kevin Samuels thing a little bit, but at the end of the day, bonnets or do-rag, what's your point in wearing it into Kroger?
I don't do it, so I can't speak for everyone, but I do understand the purpose of a bonnet and a do-rag because Black hair is very hard to maintain and keep
Absolutely.
up.
You in
Therefore,
Kroger.
But
you're protecting your crown. Your hair is your crown, is it not?
She said that's protecting, and I have to say for me, when I have actually like wore like some type of wrap on my hair, yeah, because my real hair is the damn full, and I'm not trying to expose that, so I'm gonna wear this. Now, when I do wear a bonnet or wrap, I do try to make it be floral or try to like look like it's some type of style to it. But yeah, I do because my real hair look a hot ass mess, and I need to go to Kroger. It ain't no drive through, so I gotta go in and smug. So I'm about to put on some type of scarf or rag.
You ain't got a baseball cap? I've seen chicks.
Now that's what I do, and then put it on top.
I like scarves. I've seen people do amazing things with the scarves, or the tie ups, and the raps there, that's not the issue. And the issue she brought up, and like everybody, is the bonnet.
So who's to say I'm not on my way to being presentable? Like maybe I'm in transition and protecting my hair and is currently,
Nobody said that.
unstayed.
Nobody said that. Like the comment was like, in that, when you, if you're taking it to another level, like Mr.
Oh
Kevin
yeah, there's
Samuels
different
does,
layers to that.
then that's a little bit too much, and that's why he gonna catch this backlash. But we're talking about, okay, you got it's the bonnet at Hartsfield Jackson that Queen Monique brought up, and other men and older women brought up. It's the bonnet at the grocery store. That's what they're asking. Putting your hair in a nice wrap. I know women all the time. My significant other, she goes walking, so of course, what women do sweat. You don't want your hair stinking. This and that. Your hair is much longer than most men. Anyway, so going walking and stuff, it is wrapped up because you don't want it. If you're sweating, you want the sweat to come down. You don't want it in your hair, because it may be a couple of weeks before you get your hair done, or this, that, and the third. So a wrap, okay, cool. But the question was really just brought up with the bonnet and the presentation, like the bonnet in Publix and Kroger. You all right?
I think for me, I look at it from a standpoint of sports. Like if you play sports and you had a coach, your coach gonna tell you to do something. He only gonna tell you about twice a nice way to do it. That third time you don't do it, God damn it, boy, what did I just say? You gonna catch hell. And I bet you tighten up that time. People have said things to women, and it's not just black women he give the business to. He give the white women, Asian women, Hispanic women. You come on now, he gonna give it to you one way or another.
Well, you know
Sometimes
what?
they cool about it, and sometimes they make him break it.
Well,
But
you
you
know what?
know,
You know what? Listen, I'm tired of Kevin Samuels talking about him. I'm tired of talking about this bonnet talk. What I want to know about what's going on in these black streets and this Melanin news with Mike B. What you got, Mike B?
Great segue from the Melanin News
Right, I had a
studio.
comment.
This is your Melanin News 1 year, Maya. 1 year. The cast of Black, Educated, and Broke. We will remember the lives of the civil rights icons, Congressman John Lewis and the Reverend Dr. C.T. Vivian. Maya, what's your comment?
Randy said she tired of talking about it, so it's okay.
Well, let's get into the headlines. In HBCU news, South Carolina State University is set to clear $9.8 million in student debt.
All right now.
In his first decision as acting president, Alexander Conyers announced last week that the university will clear the balances of more than 2,500 continuing students. This decision will assist students who were previously unable to return to college due to the financial hardship caused by the pandemic. Now, do y'all know who Mandela Barnes is?
No, just Nelson Mandela. That's all I know.
I was just about to say that, like Nelson Mandela.
Oh, look. Well, the 34-year-old first Black lieutenant governor of Wisconsin is now running to become Wisconsin's first Black senator. So good luck and Godspeed to Lieutenant Governor Barnes. Viola Davis is set to publish a memoir called Finding Me in 2022. It will trace Davis's rise from poverty in Rhode Island and her journey. Finding Me will be released in partnership with Ebony Magazine Publishing via Harper One. The book is set to hit the shelves April 19th, 2022. What's your favorite Viola Davis role?
Oh, I loved her in Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder?
Yes, I loved doing that.
Ron?
To be honest with you, bro, she got so many, man, that's kind of hard.
And The Help. I like her in The Help too a lot.
Maya?
I liked How to Get Away with Murder, and her most memorable role for me was Fences.
And Fences. Yeah.
Zay from the Bay?
I will also have to say How to Get Away with Murder.
All right. Well, in the world of sports, Maria Taylor is leaving ESPN. Of course, this is weeks after the Rachel Nichols leak, but according to ESPN, her contract is ending and an agreement on an extension could not be reached. Her last assignment was the NBA Finals. Taylor has been covering college and pro football and basketball since 2014. Now, of course, her departure is coming after this leaked audio recording of Rachel Nichols claiming that the network gave Taylor the gig of covering an NBA Finals in another year because of her race. Now, rumor has it that Taylor has been approached by a ESPN rival, NBC Sports. Follow me on Twitter at MikeB_news. And as always, these are your headlines.
And yes, thank you for those headlines, Mike B. I did want to add one, I think it goes relevant to your Melanin News, the Melanin story.
Yeah.
It's about Kanye West. Kanye West is offering 5,000 free tickets to local HBCU students, staff, and faculty in Atlanta to promote his new album. I know, Ron, you're going to talk more about about his album during the rundown. But yeah, to up and do it, he's giving out free tickets. Students love Yeezy. I thought that was nice for him to kind of give back and kind of make it a local thing to spread the word. Nobody else. That's fine. Y'all didn't think
Okay,
that.
great for Kanye. All right.
Listen, Kanye got so unimpressive ever since he married Kim Kardashian.
Don't do Kim like that.
Kim herself is on her own level.
Agreed.
Kanye was on his own level. But when they got together, Kanye faltered.
Yeah.
Kim rose.
Kind of, she kind of messed up too. But yeah.
In my opinion, from what I was watching and from what I paid attention to, Kim soared and Kanye just kind of, started losing himself. And ever since then, I've just been unimpressed with him.
Okay.
That's just me.
That's what happened when you go in that house, period. Everybody that goes in there messed up.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike B, for your Melanin News, guys. We're going to take a break. Okay. When we get back, we do have some rundown. We're going to talk more about Kanye and his new release. Some things going on with Malcolm X's daughter, who is the highest paid rapper. We're going to talk about it all when you come back right here on Black Educated and Broke.
Grab your phone, grab your mama phone, grab your auntie and your granny phone and tell them to follow us on Instagram as well as Facebook.
And that's going to be at Black Educated and Broke.
We also on YouTube, y'all. Subscribe.
And follow us on Twitter at BEB Podcast _ATL.
Now, if you forget, I'm about to kick you in the ass.
Ooh, not the A.
All right.
We in the A.